Welcome back, everyone. Going into the third hour here of the West Marches week 21. Steven, what's going on?
So we just fought two strange, like mud-faced marble statues in this ruined house of old Chayminster, and Snook Smalls took a couple heavy blows at the very end of the fight, and he went down like a sack of bricks. Let's see where we are in terms of turn order. So it was just Poe's turn. Poe just walked forward, streaming flaming missiles at this thing, and it shattered into dust. Olamane, it's your turn. The reason that we're still going in turn order is because if we make it to Snook Small's turn and he's not recovered yet, he's going to make death saving throws. So, Olamane, is there anything you'd like to do about this situation?
Both monsters are dead, right? And there's nothing visible coming down the stairs?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm fine to go to his aid. I have a medicine skill. Is that useful?
Yeah, absolutely. You could use the medicine skill to try to stabilize him.
I mean, I don't need equipment for that, or not, but...
No, that's what you want to use.
Yeah.
Let
me double check. I think it works.
Yeah, 10 or higher. After all the people we've brought back using this thing.
Yeah, right? Excellent. Yeah, you stabilize Snook Smalls. So, Snook, roll 1d4.
Okay.
That just puts him in stable unconsciousness, right?
Right. He's not making death saving throws anymore. So, Snook, you will come back to consciousness with 1 hit point in 4 hours. Okay. After that point in time, you're going to need a long rest to recover your hit points.
Okay.
Okay. So there's steps leading down to the south of us, right?
Up, actually.
Oh, they're leading
Stairs up. Yep.
You said this was like a dilapidated house, right?
Yeah, it's all ruined.
Okay. I guess once I see Snook is like good, stable, I look at the group and I'm just like, I need just stay away from me. I need a bit. Give me 30 feet. All right, just stay. I don't know. I just need a bit. Let me know if you need anything. And I just like walk outside and stay 30 feet away from everyone else.
Cool.
Poor kid's had a rough day. He needs to.
Yeah.
You know.
And then what do you do?
I just sit out there. I just kind of sit down. Maybe I'll be on a watch or something like that. Try to make myself useful.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you take watch. Give me a perception check.
All right. 14.
Yeah, okay. Well, dawn comes pretty shortly after you settle down, and it starts getting much easier to see. You don't see anything. You don't encounter anything. By the time the sun is actually risen above the horizon, Snook has recovered and regained 1 hit point and is no longer unconscious. But you got kind of 2 options here, Snook. You can either take a short rest and spend hit dice in order to try and get back some hit points, or you guys can all take a long rest, and that will regenerate anything that you've spent. Spells, special powers, like that healing surge would come back with either a short or a long rest. Actually, your healing surge is back now. Smalls. Not Smalls.
Seymour?
Yeah, Seymour.
So a long rest would be how long?
A long rest is 8 hours.
And the sun just came up?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a sleep, right? It's you kind of sit down, relax for the day, tend to any wounds that you have, recover your energy, and then you're ready to go.
I mean, we still got to go find we're trying to find the blood organ, or the bone organ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably how many days off still?
So you guys have now entered into the ruins of Chayminster. So let me just drag y'all over here. This is something that we haven't done on the West Marches before.
Woo!
So like once the sun comes up, you can sort of see into the surroundings. Like from the building that you're in, you can see like ruins sort of sprawling in all directions for miles. And beyond them, it's sort of a cluster of ruins in the middle of plains. So you can see plains beyond. And that's about all that you can see right now.
Okay. I mean, I could do the short rest and just regain some hit points, right? So we can keep going.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be the smartest thing right now. I don't know if we're going to encounter more hostiles, if maybe we can avoid them.
I'm
In my
worried about
case.
that other group showing up.
Yeah, I think we need to keep moving is the problem. So I think I should do. How's the hit dice work?
So if you take a short rest, you spend an hour just sort of recovering. Then you can spend a hit dice. So you can go onto your character sheet, and there's a hit die thing down there. Let's see, Snook. So just under your hit points, you can just roll that D8 hit dice, and then you'll recover that many hit points.
Okay, and I could do that after every short rest, or how's that work?
You can spend hit dice during your short rest. You currently only have 1 hit die. If you had 10, you could spend as many as you wanted to.
Okay.
You gain back half of your hit dice every long rest. So now that when you're at level 1, every long rest recovers your hit dice, but for the future, it'll only be
Okay.
half of them.
So I'm gonna roll through this and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Cool. So you regain
So
6 hit points. Not bad at all.
So that puts me at 7.
You can mark down your hit dice so that you now have 0 out of 1.
Okay.
Fantastic. So you're up to 7 hit points. You've also spent an hour resting. During that time, you can examine this sword of yours and experiment with it in order to identify it.
Sure. That sounds like a good idea. I'll do that. Since I got a little bit of combat time with it, maybe it'll help me figure it out.
Yep, totally. It's a straight +1 longsword, or a short sword rather. But yeah, these are rare. It's uncommon for you to find something so exorbitant, especially just in the back of a bandit's caravan wagon or something like that.
So what's your total HP?
8. So I'm 1 HP lower than it actually is, which I think is fine for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Down by 1.
So are we going to go upstairs or what?
Well, I guess before we go upstairs, I kind of come in and I want to try to roll an Arcana check or something and try to understand what these things are and perhaps where they come from or something like that.
Oh yeah, totally.
So there's my Arcana. Fucking terrible.
7. Yeah, so they're obviously constructs, but you don't know, they've sort of disintegrated into dust, so there's not a whole lot to examine other than the marble dust that they've left behind. So unfortunately, you can't really detect more than their construct nature.
Right.
There are, where the other one came around the corner. Actually, give me a perception test.
19.
Oh yeah, 19. Fantastic. Yeah, you spot where the other one came around the corner, sort of like a telltale scuffing along the ground where their foot sort of scraped, and sort of peering around the corner, you can see it leading back down the hallway.
Okay. Well, I'm just hey, big guy, you should go down the hallway first, and we'll follow.
All right.
I like that plan.
So it worked last time.
Just,
Yeah,
just
so
be careful.
I'll lead the way again down. Or is it a hallway or is it leading up to a stairs?
So there, let's just go back to the other page and we can look at it. Yeah, combat. Okay. So as you see here, there is a hallway and there's stairs next to it. The hallway continues back further into this building, and the stairs head up to a second floor. And the scuffs sort of go down the hallway. So they're sort of...
Okay. Then I will follow the scuff marks down the hallway.
Okay, cool. They lead you out sort of back of this house into a courtyard area. And you see a number of scuff marks in this courtyard, as though there were more of these creatures, but they are no longer here. And there's a couple of entrances and exits to this courtyard. You're sort of down in the middle of an exposed space where, there used to be something here, but now it's just a crumble of ruin.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I will walk around and look down each hallway and see if I can see anything.
Okay.
Just to make sure it's safe in the room before the other party comes in.
Yeah, give me a perception test. 19. Very nice. Yeah, you're very quickly able to identify one area where these, all of these scuffs sort of lead out. And clearly you can see from looking at the ground here that the most recent scuff marks are actually leading away from this place. So let me see. Like, you can keep following them through these collections of ruins buildings, but it like after a minute or two of following them, it becomes clear to you that you're actually following these to some point that is pretty distant from your current spot.
Steven, can I
Okay.
make I don't know what role, but we started off saying I had a bunch of like journal notes from the information about these runes. Could I make a roll to see what I know about like the layout and where this thing that we're looking for, the bone
The bone organ.
would be, or what it's looked like, or what it anything?
Give me a history check. It's going to be pretty hard. You probably don't just have notes. If you had a book that was like about Chayminster,
Right.
that wasn't. If you had a real book about Chayminster, then you
Right.
could ask a question. Like books in this game, they give you a number of questions you can just straight up ask me, and I'll tell you the answer to.
Gotcha.
So if you had a 3-question book, you could ask 3 questions about Chayminster. But
All right. Well, here's the
don't.
history roll.
okay.
23.
23 is fucking good enough. Goddamn. So, you know of a couple of features within old Chayminster. So let me just pop us back over to the hex map. So you guys are here, obviously. And you sort of entered from the northeast because you were heading southwest from Virascali. You know that the bone organ is rumored to be in the southwest of Chayminster, the
right.
district. So somewhere probably around here.
Okay. Well then,
There are also a couple of other features sort of in the center of Chayminster. There's the Chayminster Hold, which is where those greedy dwarves sort of isolate themselves from the world. And then in the northwest of Chayminster is the Librarium of the Scriveners.
okay. So we need to go southeast, right? From what you just
Southwest.
said, or sorry,
So-
southwest. Yeah.
So did we come from like this direction?
Yeah.
You guys came from up there. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess I kind of walk into the room once Seymour has cleared it. I just sit down and I start drawing on the ground with maybe some I don't know, chalk or something that I have. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, we need to go southwest if I remember correctly. The bone organ should be there. And we need to be careful about the center. The hole is there. And typically, I mean, we kind of like maybe sneer over at Snook. And I'm just like, we've already got our goods. We don't need anything else. Let's just get to the bone organ. We'll investigate and we'll leave.
I'm not gonna comment on that, but just kind of smirk a bit. My new weapon.
Is there any forest in here anywhere?
I don't know. You can go outside and use your eyes.
With a history check like that, Poe, you do know that in the south there are forests.
Okay.
Yeah.
I add that. I'm just like, but south, yes, there's forest.
I'm here to boom. Tell me what to boom.
Okay.
I just think we should head south toward the forest and then head west, and that way we're avoiding most of the places where we know are filled with people that don't want us to get to this bone organ.
Yes, I would agree. That's a good plan. I like use my staff to help myself stand up.
Yeah.
And I tap it twice. I'm just like, let's go. Be careful. We're gonna go south. Just like Mr. Boom. I like follow behind him, like fall in line.
So, who's leading the way as you head south?
The ranger, I would
Okay.
say.
Olamane? Okay,
Mhm.
give us a survival test.
All right. 23.
23 is fantastic. So, like, I'm gonna just, yeah. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Each hex takes you 2 hours to move.
All right.
So, yeah. Are you just gonna like walk for the full day? Are you gonna stop when you hit something unusual? What's the plan?
I mean, my plan would be to just go straight there, but that's my plan. I don't know I don't speak for the party, so.
As long as that doesn't mean going back the way we came, like from the group, that
Yeah.
we took the sword from or whatever, I'm cool with that. Straight there works.
Well, it seems like the plan was to head south and then to head west.
Well, straight there takes us right through that dwarf place. I don't see any reason to trace right through the middle of that if we can avoid it.
Yeah.
So I'm just talking about swinging south enough to avoid the dwarves, not necessarily going all the way into the corner.
Like each of these hexes that you're seeing here are 6 miles across. So if you walked to where you could see the dwarves on the horizon, you could sort of skirt around that way very easily.
Yeah.
That's another option.
Yeah,
I think
that's pretty much what I'm talking about. We head toward the dwarves till we get a good look at it, and then skirt around it.
Okay, so you're going to be heading southwest.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. So 1, 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. Okay. So basically, your day's journeys takes you this way, and then by the time you reach this current spot, you are able to see like the hulking mound of Cheminster Hold rising out of the ruins. You've crossed through like a section of plains where there aren't any ruins, but you've entered into the Cheminster city proper. And now you're just sort of like winding your way through ancient streets and crawling over dilapidated rubble, things like that. So that was 2, 4, 6. You hit a road that heads towards the dwarves and then also south. Are you going to continue on like circling around these dwarves?
I think it's up to Olamane. He's the navigator. Kind of just follow.
Yeah, I say we take the road south to there, and then go that direction.
All right, cool. So at the end of your day, you've moved to this current spot. You can see to your south and southwest like the starts of like an ancient and decrepit forest. It looks like maybe even many of the trees are dead and ruined. Olamane, give me a 1d100 roll.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Roll 1d100 again.
52.
All right, cool. Okay. So it's been 8 hours. Do you guys want to try and keep pressing on, or are you gonna like try and rest here for the night?
Well, what do you guys think?
I think we get away from the road, but not into the forest,
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see that.
and then rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you head back away from the road. Like you're still within these craggy ruins, so you make your way. Are you trying to look for anything specific when you're setting up a campsite?
Well, if you're talking craggy, it'd be nice to find some little enclave, like a small cave or something.
Yeah, like there's enough sort of like ruined buildings that have enough of their structure intact that you can find another sort of back interior, interior hidey hole for you to duck down into. It's getting quite dusky. Are any of you like lighting a torch inside of these ruins, or are you lighting a fire or something like that?
I would say no fire. Just try to keep it. Just keep your calm. Don't alert anyone to us being here. I
Okay.
don't know
We don't
what's
want
in
to alert
these
the
ruins.
dwarves.
We had fresh meat yesterday. I'm fine with cold camp.
Yep.
I have a
Yeah.
hooded lantern if we need it.
Would
For the
each
cave.
of you give me a perception test at a disadvantage?
So just roll perception. You take the lower of the two.
Yeah.
7.
God. 4.
13.
Oh, look at that. Okay, Olamane, as you all start settling down in order to like get your rest for the evening, you notice like you see one of the shadows in this room start flickering, just sort of moving like darker and lighter patches of it as you look at it.
There's something here, guys.
Well, guess maybe I'm reading a book. I don't really take my eyes off the book. I'm just like, what do you mean?
I I stand up and say, on alert. There's something in the darkness.
In the cave we're in?
Yeah, in the room that you guys have chosen to settle down in for your.
I think I should light the hooded lantern I have.
Okay.
And see if I could help us see anything, because if it's dark, it's going to be a huge disadvantage for us.
Yes.
So I'm going to let them get ready and light the hooded lantern I have and point it around and see if I can see anything.
Okay, so you light the hooded lantern, and as soon as you do, like all of the shadows recede to the walls, except for one shadow lying on the floor, straight like stretched out from your lantern, and it's the shape of a man, and it just like swoops towards. Let me see. Roll 1d4. I think it's going to swoop towards you.
Okay.
But let's all roll initiative. So I'm going to
Maybe that was a bad idea.
Swap us back over to the combat screen. So let's see. I'll drag y'all over here.
Can you center it real quick?
Boop.
Thanks.
Yeah. So there's that, and I'll drag down some monsters. Yeah.
I'm going to go down again, guys. Help.
Oops.
Mine says you attempted to roll a command looking for the value of the selected token.
You have to select the token that your character is.
Yeah, so just like
whoops.
drag over it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on your dude and then click the button.
Okay.
So let's see here. I'll draw like some walls around you. Kind of that-ish. That's the kind of space that we're talking about. I guess you guys came in from a door over here. Okay, excellent. Let's see. Turn order.
I'll get him first.
Excellent. Let's add turn. 6. Not good for it. Okay, cool. Snook, your turn.
So it's
This
swooping
thing is
towards
sort
me?
of it's sort of sliding along the ground directly in your direction.
And it's just like a shadow figure?
Yeah.
All right. I am going to jump behind Seymour. Because he's big and strong, and
Okay, cool, yep.
I don't know what it is, and I'm kind of, a little damaged still, so I'm going
Rather
to
have
get
Seymour
behind
take
him. I'm going to get behind him and see if I can still shine light on it, because I guess it's like completely dark in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And see if I can still shine light on it, so they give everyone else something to look at.
Okay, great. Okay, Seymour, your turn. Seymour, Snook has just like ducked behind you. Are you like cowering, Snook?
Yeah, like in between his legs, so I can like shine the lantern through his legs or something.
Okay, I'm going to move towards it and try to swing at it.
Awesome. So let's see, how far are you away? Yeah, you can get all the way up to it. Go ahead.
Okay.
$17 is pretty strong. Yeah, you bring your Warhammer down straight on this shadow on the ground. And like where you hit it, black smoke erupts from the ground. It smells noxious. Let's see. And you dealt 8 damage, so. Yeah, like it feels weird to be attacking a shadow. But you've clearly done a little bit of damage to it, so hey, I guess sometimes making things go boom works. Olomane, your turn.
All right, let's wait. Get the ruler here. Yeah, that'll work.
Cool.
I will move here and fire the longbow.
Okay. 11. Yeah. Okay. So your arrow sort of like tunks onto the stone beneath this shadow, but you see the shadow sort of like spread itself out and open a hole in its form that your arrow hits, and your arrow deals no damage to the actual shadow itself. Poe, your turn.
I will move back here into this corner, and then I'm going to firebolt it.
Firebolts. Okay. Cool.
That was bad. Miss.
Yeah, your firebolt scorches the back wall, does nothing. So let's see here. Yeah, the shadow, it actually moves through you, Seymour, moving away, you get an attack of opportunity if you want to use your reaction to do that.
Yes, do that. That's good.
Yes. How do I do that?
Just make your attack roll again.
Another attack. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, you nail it for 11
Dang.
Nice,
damage.
dude.
Not bad
Nice.
at all. Yeah, you just like slam down onto this thing's like head, and its entire head just explodes in a puff of black smoke that rises into the air. But this headless shadow still, nevertheless, crawls towards Snook, and then it reaches out with a shadowy claw. Let's see.
Come on.
Yes, I
just
think
under.
that misses you. Okay,
You got a
yeah.
14.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess you're like doing a little dance in order to try and avoid this thing. But it's right next to you, Snook. It's your turn.
I'm gonna drop my lantern and pull out another and pull out my other short sword.
Okay,
So now I'm wielding both of them again,
cool.
and I'm gonna swing both.
Okay,
So I set up a new sword. I think this will work. That's the +1 and everything.
nice. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and then this is the offhand. And then
Very
that's I can't sneak attack because nothing else is next to it, right?
Nope, you don't get
Yeah.
a sneak attack. So
Alright.
let's see. Your first attack.
And that's already got the +1 damage in it.
Oops. Yeah, great. And then 4 piercing. Yeah. So like your first attack scores it a bright line. Let's see here. Oh yeah, actually your first attack with your magical short sword just scores a line straight through it where it erupts with radiant light, and it just vanishes immediately. You don't even need to use your second short sword.
All right.
My guy says, "Wow, that was cool."
I just like
Okay.
sit there
And I
looking at the
say-
sword. I knew
I
it was
say,
worth
hey,
it.
that was mine.
I start walking back to the center. I'm just like, well, at least the sword did something. I just pull out my book and start reading again.
Like murmuring into my breath, like you guys said it was a bad idea to take it.
No, seriously, guys, did you see that? That was so cool. That's gonna make some awesome stories. I cannot wait to tell people about this.
Great.
Just kinda
All right,
looking over
cool.
my shoulder.
So you guys are setting up camp for the
Shot
night.
at too. I totally shot at. I helped.
Are you guys setting any kind of watch for the evening?
I advise it, but I don't.
I should probably rest so I can get my last hit point up.
I will
And
keep
does
watch.
Does the hit dice ever reset? Like, is it like a daily thing?
Yeah,
Or?
a long rest resets your hit dice.
Okay, so I want to take a long rest so I can do that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go back up to 8 HP
How
after
long have
tonight.
we already been resting when this happened?
You just got into the room, and you were sort of like settling down and starting to
All right.
settle in for a rest.
I work it out with Seymour to trade off watch through the night.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, we'll each do half.
Excellent. So first is God. What is your name? Olaman. Olaman is first. Seymour second.
Yep.
Okay. Olaman.
Yeah.
Roll 1d100.
Whoa.
What'd you do?
I just pressed up and it gave me not what I expected.
Oh,
Okay. Cool. Roll 1d100 again.
Jeez.
All right. So, Olamain, give me a perception test.
Perception. 24.
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, you guard half the night, and you are very alert. You stay focused, and you see nothing during your watch. I guess around midnight you wake up Seymour. You shake him awake, and Seymour takes watch.
I tell him about the several foes that I fought off, but I didn't feel the need to wake up the group. I took care of it.
Nice.
And I say, shush, little man, go to sleep.
Awesome. Seymour, like, how do you keep yourself entertained while you're watching for 4 hours while everybody sleeps?
I sharpen my sword. Sit there, sharpen my sword,
For
and
4 hours?
Yeah,
Your
his sword is
sword's
actually
gone
just
in
like
the
a
morning.
sliver of
Yeah.
metal.
The sword's gone in the morning is just like...
Yeah.
I
Nice.
just sit down and just keep watch.
Okay. Nice. I mean, I guess being a former soldier yourself, you're used to this sort of duty. It's
Yeah,
just a thing you have to do. All right, give me a perception test. Okay. So, yeah, you're sitting in the darkness, and it's almost pitch black in here once the lantern is turned off. You can just hear like the breathing, the heavy breathing of your companions, and you hear like small skittering sounds as of like large insects or something, but you don't see anything, and you don't hear anything that's close. So after enough time, your watch ends uneventfully. The sun starts to rise and bring a little bit of gray light filtering into this room from elsewhere in this house that you guys have crawled into. And the rest of you wake up, and the night has passed uneventfully.
Right?
Okay. I think I'm back at match HP now too, which is good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
I think we just do business as usual when we wake up and follow Olamane.
Head to
All
the
right.
forest. Woo!
Olamane, where are you taking us?
Right there.
Okay, so you're gonna head into the forest.
Yep.
Let's see. Yep, there we go. Okay, so after 2 hours of travel, you make your way into this thicketed, overgrown but dead forest. Like most of the trees are dead or almost. It's like they've been dead for years, but they haven't rotted.
Yeah. So I know I get like bonuses and stuff because this is my favorite terrain, but I don't really know how that works.
Yeah, let's look at your character sheet. It's written on there somewhere. Olamane. So class, yeah, you are a natural explorer of forests. When you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to your favored terrain, if you're using a skill you're proficient in, so I think you are proficient in survival? Yeah, you double your proficiency bonus. So instead of a +4, it's a +6 for you in the forest, which is great. Also, while traveling for an hour or more in your favored terrain, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. You can't become lost except by magical means. Even when you're engaged in some other activity, you're alert for danger. You can move stealthily at twice a normal pace, or no, at normal pace. When you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally find, and when tracking other creatures, you learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area. So give me a survival test. Well, first tell me where you'd like to go from here.
Can you? I don't understand the symbols here and here.
Yeah, so like if you take a moment to sort of like climb up some dead tree to get the lay of the land, what you see is sort of to the northwest, there's plains, the dead forest just goes into plains. To the southwest of you, it's sort of a brushy scrub sort of plain, like more bushes and more sort of foresty trees, but not a full forest. To the south of you, there is actually a forest proper with living trees, plant life, all that fancy stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, I recommend to the group to head south to keep to the trees because that's what I'm better at.
Where do we have to go, by the way? Isn't it more like west than south?
It's like, yeah, it's down there somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that then.
Yep. He's a leader,
Okay.
so he leads.
Cool. So you head the group down south. Would you make a perception test?
23.
Holy shit. You come across, like once you've entered the forest proper, it's a much
25.
lusher place. Yeah, it would be 25 because it's doubled. It's a much lusher place. There's birds singing in the trees around you. You see like small animals running through the underbrush. It seems like whatever curse afflicted the forest closer to the city is not in effect here. But you come across like a section of loam that's all torn up and scuffed. It looks like there's a number of tracks that are coming through here of wild animals, but also something larger.
All right. I relay that to the group. I think that there's there's signs of something larger than normal wildlife close by.
Can you like inspect the footsteps or whatever? I guess the prints and see if you can tell if you've seen them
Know what it
before
is.
or
That would
anything.
be a survival check.
Right.
Ooh.
Oh, great. A 1.
Yeah, that's
Great.
actually a 7, but unfortunately, a 7 tells you not much. So, like, maybe there have been some, like, it almost looks like there are a bunch of tracks and stuff. Like, you identify a couple of wolf paw prints, but also it looks like something was dragged over the tracks, maybe to obscure them intentionally. Like, there's big swaths where there's just, like, a big drag mark that's obscuring the tracks from you.
Maybe the thing was dragging something behind it.
Mm-hmm.
How big are the footprints? Like compared to a normal human footprint, I guess.
Let's see. I can tell you in a moment. They're probably 2.5 to 3 times the size of a human footprint. It's not entirely human. It looks like a very overly long foot with deep gouges at the front and a very narrow heel.
Okay.
Whatever this foul beast is not something that we have in my forest at home. I think we should be cautious here.
I think maybe the rogue should go stealthily forward and see if he can spot anything.
Do you want to keep going in the direction of those gigantic prints? Is that a good idea?
Are they heading in the direction that we need to go?
Yes.
That is that's kind of up to you guys.
I think we should avoid the prints
Well,
that are like multiple sizes bigger than ours.
I guess I start like pacing, looking at the footprints. They're only going along like this straight edge of the forest, right, Steven? If I go up and down.
You're deep in the forest.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we continue, and if we'll see it, if something this big, we'll see it before it gets to us, or rather, we'll hear it before it gets to us. So.
Okay. Are you following along these footprints in order to try and proceed along your journey?
Are the footsteps leading towards the southwest, more west than south?
Someone give me a survival check to see if you can sort of identify where you are in orientation, things like that.
11.
Yeah, they look like they're actually heading kind of west.
Okay. Yeah, as long as we follow it, it won't. Just follow it. We'll just. This is good.
I can't get lost in the forest, so I would know where west is.
Let's just follow it, and if it retraces its footstep, we'll find it, and we can get out of the way and hide.
Well, I like the logic of knowing where it is.
Yes, exactly.
All right, let's follow it for a bit, as long as it's intersecting our direction.
Yeah. Okay.
But slower than before, with caution.
Yeah, give me another survival test just for following the footsteps, and we'll continue on. Yeah, absolutely. You have no problem following these footsteps. Roll 1d100, Olamane.
$94.
That's
Wow.
mild. Oh, great.
Don't know what that means, but that's a big number.
Uh-oh.
You, everybody give me perception tests.
Oh, great.
Never good.
TPW Inc.
Yeah.
That's good.
We rolled pretty high. 22, 19, 11.
Okay, cool. You're following these tracks, and all of a sudden, Olamane, you're the first one to hear it. Though Poe, you hear it not too long after. You hear this sort of like sick, wet, tearing and crunching sound.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
Lovely.
it's been about 5 hours. And like the afternoon light is filtering through these trees. It's kind of like the ground is very soft and loamy as you step on it. You're following these deep gouges and this sort of like swath of like wiped away tracks through the forest to the west. Olamain, you're able to very easily and confidently tell your way through this forest. And then, yeah, you guys hear in the silence of the forest, and all of a sudden the silence is very surprising to you. There's just this...
We're good at the forest.
that kind of sound.
With a 19 and 22, can we infer where it's at?
Oh yeah, you guys, it's like ahead of you along the path that you're following. In fact, you're sort of next to a very large tree, and you feel like it's probably just around the other side.
I should not go anywhere near this, I feel.
I'm just... I guess we get to the tree, and I'm just like... Snook, put your head around.
Yeah, I think it's time for the rogue to sneak.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No,
okay.
don't-
Stealthiness, please.
Just put your head around.
I've already used all my luck up on the earlier stealths. Okay, I guess, yeah, I'm curious, though, what it is.
You're all healed
Okay.
up. You're fine.
Can we... Yeah, with
Yeah.
8 HP.
We've all got
Just be
rolls
real
to play.
quiet, real quiet.
Yeah, can I see if I can just sneak a peek at what it is? Maybe just like around the tree or something?
Give me a stealth roll.
Oh, gosh.
This is gonna be good.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's very average.
Yeah, that's pretty average.
Shit,
I
let me
hope you're all
see
ready.
here.
It's nice knowing you.
Yo, you're gonna get killed too. This isn't just me, okay?
My bow.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. You peek your head from around this tree, like clutching the bark and trying to press yourself as close to it as possible. And you see a wolf down on the ground, and there's just blood everywhere. This wolf has been split open from the chest, and there's a man standing over it. And he's got like a hacksaw in one hand. And his skin is weathered and brown. He's wearing like a dark cloak over his back that's also soaked in blood. And he's just bent, like hunched over this wolf, and he's just tearing into it with his teeth.
Oh.
And he doesn't see you. He's too distracted with this wolf that
Is he
he's
really large or
devouring.
just a normal man?
He's a normal-sized man.
And these prints don't match up for a wolf print.
You have seen wolf prints along this path that you're following, though it's all obscured by the scraping.
But the
and
really
stuff.
large print.
Yeah, those ones
I
do
don't-
not match this guy.
Do you tell us this?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can sneak away back to the group and tell them what I saw.
Yeah, you get around the other side of the tree, and you're able to like shakily whisper a report.
Stephen, with what he says, is there a roll I can make to see if I know what creature it is?
I don't think so. I think you'd have to observe it directly.
Okay. I guess you tell us that, and I just kind of like stare blankly off to the side. I'm just like, we should go that way, and we'll come back.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all for trying to avoid this.
So you guys are GTFOing?
Yeah,
I would say so.
Yeah.
In our sense of direction, he is. So we're on like the east side of a tree. He's on the west side of the tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go back east, and we'll go north a little bit.
Okay. Cool. Everybody give me stealth rolls.
Uh-oh.
Do it one by one too, so we can see who's gonna fuck up.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Snook's going first. Olaman got a 6. Snook got a 10.
Double sixes, 10,
Dan.
13.
We're doing great on this one. Just clank, clank, clank.
2. Fuck.
Oh.
Oh man.
So,
Uh-oh.
Poe,
Wait.
how
Oh, no, it's an 8. Never mind. Fuck. Doesn't matter.
How do you fuck this up for the group, Poe?
Maybe like they're all getting away, and I'm just like kind of like looking around the tree, and they're all. And I
Yeah.
see like one by one they're leaving very silently, and then it's literally like I just take my first step, and it just crunches a twig.
Yeah. Like
Or
maybe
branch.
like you peer around the tree to see this man, and just as Snook described, he's hunched over, he's devouring just mouthfuls of this wolf, and you sort of stumble back in surprise, and you step on a twig. It goes just like a really loud crunch. And he just turns and looks at you. He has no eyes in his eye sockets. His face is just like dead, withered, and like glued to the bones. And he opens his mouth and hisses at you. What do you do?
I mean, I start running.
Okay.
I guess I'm just like, oh fuck! I just like bolt in front of the group. Yeah.
Okay. You guys are trying to run from this thing now.
Wait, I'm the
basically,
smallest
right?
one. Someone carry me. I
I'm
can't
small.
run that
I'm
fast.
same size as you.
Okay,
Ish.
good.
We've been carrying them this whole time.
I carried you in like the past 2 fights. All right, please.
Let's see. Chases.
This is all on the ground, right? So there's not a lot of like, this is like dirt and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like ground cover and brush and stuff like that. Everybody give me an athletics or acrobatics test, whichever is better for you.
If we're running away, can I throw my caltrops behind us? I don't know if that helps us at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I have
Fuck.
a bag of them.
I just can't win with the rolls.
Poe, holy shit.
Not bad.
Okay, so like
Snook reckon.
Wow.
Poe is running, and I guess Snook, you sort of like hang back and scatter some caltrops.
We took a long rest, right?
I think you took one last night, and then
Yeah.
this is the first encounter that you've seen. So you all have your hit points back. You all have spells back.
Can
I think you
I,
have Tides of Chaos back too.
I do have it back, and I can use it for saving throws, and I would like that 17 if you let me use it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll
Okay.
just, now you have the Tides of Chaos working on you. So cool. Okay, awesome. So it's like nobody gets like caught or falls or anything like that. Seymour Boom is obviously lagging a little bit, and Snook, when you like come running up from the rear after sewing your caltrops.
I don't think I have any actually. I'm looking. I thought it was in the kit, but I don't see them.
Oh no? Okay, maybe it's just ball bearings.
I thought that was, yeah, it's just ball bearings. I thought it was like a standard thing for us to have.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any, so I can't do that.
Got it. So you come running up the rear. Seymour Boom is kind of already just a little bit winded. Like, what is slowing you down, Seymour?
I just the heavy armor. Trying to run in armor is not very efficient.
Yeah. So you're
it's weighing me
clanking.
down. Yeah.
You guys got a bit of a head start, right? So you look back behind you, sort of like as you're catching your breath, Seymour, and you see this thing just like running from tree to tree and like peering around it, and then running like to another tree. And sometimes he's running on all fours, and sometimes he's running on 2 legs. Sometimes he like leaps onto the side of a tree and is grabbing onto it and looking in your direction. Let's see, Snook, how do you get the group out of this situation?
Awful.
Yes.
How
I'm
do you
totally. I'm thinking.
Like- Yeah.
I don't really have anything I can do.
Well, it's like basically you rolled really well, so you're able to save the team. So tell us
Okay.
how you do.
So we're just trying to run away from it. It's just right behind us, and I'm kind of just the most.
It's a
Dexterous
ways
one.
back in the forest, right? So like, did you come across some sort of fallen tree, or was there something that you were able to make fall? Was there a ravine that you sort of jumped down into, or something? Like, what's the critical moment of this chase scene that lets you get away?
Let's do the fun. We find a tree that's fallen over next to a burrow, and we're gonna hide behind it.
Okay.
Lord of the style. Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So you guys sort of like duck under the roots of this, like under this fallen tree, and nestle yourselves among the roots.
Yeah.
Everybody make a stealth test with advantage.
Oh great.
Fuck, man.
Oh shit, Poe! Damn.
Oh
I'm
god.
so terrible. Me and Seymour.
Ooh.
Just like farts are hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I don't know what your all's problem is.
So you like you all duck down under this tree, and you're sitting there and you wait until like maybe Poe turns to Seymour and is like, is it still there, or something
Yeah.
like that. What do you say, Poe?
I guess I.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, I guess I just turned to Seymour. I'm just like, you haven't seen this shit in the war, have you?
Yeah, and as soon as you say that, this desiccated, rotten face comes popping out over the edge of the tree, and it looks into the burrow. And it opens its mouth and it speaks, and it says, "Leave this place."
Okay.
You got it. We're out of here.
Okay.
I stand up like as respectfully as possible, like
Yeah.
very astutely, and I just stare at him. I'm just like, "We're going." Then I just turn around and walk very calmly the opposite direction.
Yeah, it fixes you with a gaze, Poe, as you stand up.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay. It glares into you, and you feel like the sunken depths of its eye sockets burning into your mind. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Wisdom. Oh,
He's
just
so
a straight
ugly it hurts.
16.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, like, you're sort of like you feel this cold grip of fear clutch your heart and make it pump an extra beat. But beyond that, nothing happens. The creature sort of like bares its teeth and hisses at you, and then it vanishes back over the top of this log.
What was the fail state on that?
Oh, well, wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, I guess we just start walking the opposite direction.
Okay, cool.
I agree with that.
Yeah, we'll wrap around.
Let's see. Yeah, okay, cool. So where are you trying to head from here?
I think we're just going
Map
back
east direction.
east and then going north a little bit and then coming back this way. So kind of like a U-shape turnaround. So we'll walk
Got it.
for, I don't know, an hour east and then take a left, a hard left,
Okay,
and then
cool.
just come
And,
back.
like ending up here-ish.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say a little bit north of where we're at.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, sure. So that was 2,
Ref,
4,
this-
6. It's been 6 hours now today. Do you want to keep going for another 2 hours, or are y'all all like too intense from the experience that you had and want to take a rest right away?
Well, stuff goes down at nighttime, so I don't know.
I think maybe the 2 more hours of traveling would be smart because we're all kind of rested and everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm okay with that.
And
Mhm.
I mean, we
Yeah.
only ran for a little bit of the day, which I would
Never
rather
really
get
use any
farther away
spells
from
or
that.
anything, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So where to now?
I think just more west, right? Are we starting
Yeah.
to see any semblance of what we think would be the bone organ?
You know, all around you, you see like to the north and where you are, you actually see plains, which doesn't quite match your mental map of what Chayminster looks like. Like, according to the directions that you thought you took, you should be in this sort of scrubby, like foresty, like half forested area, but instead you've left that behind and now you're out in the plains.
So, by my recollection, would we need to go north?
Like, you don't really know where you are in relation to the rest of the stuff in Chayminster anymore.
Oh,
I think it's clear we're gonna have to go into the ruins again, like
Yeah.
probably here.
you mean to the west of us? Yeah.
Yeah.
That southwest tile, maybe.
Okay. Oh man, what's your name? Olomancer. Whatever the hell your name is. Olomane. Olomane, roll a survival test.
All right. If my mouse would cooperate, there we go.
11.
11.
Yeah. Not bad. Okay, you know, you head west. But you know what? You think that you should be in the ruins right there. You are very clearly not. You have plains surrounding you on all sides. It's becoming to be evening. You can find like a vantage point and look around you. Like when you do, what you see is northeast plains, north plains, northwest plains. Southwest, you see something that causes the hairs on the back of your neck to just stand up. The plains all die, and there's just withered grasses that are brown, and then deep within this withered brown grassy area, you see this cleft that just carves the landscape in two. And this like the lip of this cleft looks strangely white. To the south of you, you see more ruins of old Cheminster, and to the southeast, there's more plains.
Well, if it's approaching dark, it's probably a good time to stop, maybe at the edge of the plains, if we're not in the ruins yet.
Okay.
What do y'all think?
That's probably smart, yeah.
Yeah, wait till daylight.
All right, cool. So you guys set up a camp. Are you trying to find anything specific for camping? Some sort of rock or something to lean up against?
Kind of the same thing we have been entire time.
Yep, cool.
Yeah.
Is it still Olamane and Seymour splitting the watches?
Yeah, we can do
Yes.
I work good.
Okay.
I need to sleep.
Is it smarter to do more splits just so you can have people that are more like awake?
I'm kind of assuming that you take like 12 hours to get enough sleep for y'all or something like that, or like 10 or something. So you're like, maybe you two only have 6 hours of sleep, but yeah, all in all, you get enough.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Is this a good point for our last break?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's take our last break. We'll come back and do the final hour right after this. So don't go to our more roleplay coming up, and we will find, hopefully, the bone organ in the next and final hour. We'll see you guys then. Be right back.